Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. This is the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday the 18th of February 2019, and it's a big major card just now. But first of all, I'd like to thank and welcome all the new subscribers to the channel over the last month or so. I've not been doing as many teachings in that time because I've been ill, but we'll be back full steam ahead in the next month or so. So enjoy the weekly tarot cards and the mediumship and the psychic development classes, and then we'll start rolling out more and more teaching videos on whatever you've asked for is in my book, and I'll do it if I can. So, justice or karma. Now look at this card. We have the traditional justice figure on it with the serene look, and also very much the blindfold, which tends to be in most of the justice cards. And we have the scales of justice as well. However, where the traditional justice being has a sword, this one has a lightsaber. How cool is that? I just love Rorik for the way he puts in modern or futuristic or mythical things or whatever. So yes, justice, instead of having a sharp sword, has a lightsaber, which probably would be more effective anyway. So, it's a major arcana card. The major arcana cards have the punch in the tarot. They bring a more sort of, I wouldn't say so much fated aspect, but a solid aspect that has a lot of universal energy in it, a sense of things that are meant to be. And with the justice, sometimes known as karma cards in some of the more modern decks, basically it means generally in the week ahead that we're going to find a balance come. Now that's really good, but the world is very much out of balance at the moment, far too much one way. So when the justice major arcana card kicks in, it may be quite brutal. It may actually switch things or give us reason to switch things. You know, it's not about gentle manoeuvring. It's when justice or karma comes in, if things have been going wrong or there's maybe very difficult situations in areas of the world, that the justice or karma card brings in the reason and the pivot for change, the fulcrum even, to pull things back more to the centre. And yes, in the longer run that can be very good, but in the shorter term of the week to 10 days ahead, it might have us feeling all a wee bit dissociated and maybe even quite fragile. But remember, the justice card is a very good card. It is bringing what it says: justice or karma, fairness, things balancing out. However, I wonder if you're like me, myself and my younger daughter, who's very psychic, we've been feeling a wee bit out of sorts the last couple of days. Not so much health-wise, but energies of just gentle anxiety for me, feeling that there's something big in there, and she has too. And so I've talked to a few other friends online, and there's this general feeling of like dodgy tummies, anxiety, a general feeling of even not so much fear, I would say, but even agitation or worry. And I think this is the lead up to the aspects of this card. So I think as the world in general can expect some sort of big shift in the week ahead, whether we'll know about it or whether it's something that's undercover or under the sea or under the earth's core, I don't know. I really don't know, but there is a degree of jitteriness that precedes this card. And I'd love to hear in the comments below if you've been feeling it too, and let's just benefit from passing this on. And while this card is active, get your protections up, get yourself into your white cocoons of light, or whatever way that you decide to do this. I've also prepared for a video on grounding. Now I'll try to do that on Saturday or Sunday and get that up too, because it's important at times like this that we do ground. In general, the world is being shifted back to some sort of balance in the week ahead. That, as a major card, is good, but can leave us floundering a bit. But once we get through it, we can normally see that events have conspired to be the turning point in some sort of balance for the earth or the universe. What does it mean for you personally? If we look at career, the Justice card can bring out basic things like new contracts, signing a new contract, signing new terms for your business, say, getting a major sort of subscriber or a major help to your business. If you're employed, as I say, it can be new jobs. You could be signing your new job contract this week. If it's not that for you, you'll find that it could be a quite niggly week, because what we're feeling is going down into the workplace, that there's a general energy of maybe not so much anxiety but edginess, and don't allow that to hit you. As I say, it's good for those of you, particularly the empathic ones that are working with health and even in the legal profession, to keep your barriers up in the week ahead. If we look at health, it's all about balancing out health. So you'll find that generally you feel like getting your life in balance this week. You may have made your New Year's resolutions and fallen off the wagon, and this card will allow you to get back on to bringing balance into the health zone of your life. It doesn't have any big aspects in one area of the body. This is a major arcana card, and it tends to affect them all, and it can be quite good, but again, it can be the turning point. So it could be that you didn't know you had something wrong with you, but a blood test tells you, and then it can be put right, then it can be balanced out. The only other thing is the blindfold, which asks people where health is concerned not to give themselves voluntary blindfolds, not to kind of hide from symptoms they're having and kid themselves on. It's time to go and get help if you have symptoms that you know are not right. And also with the balance aspect, this can affect the ears and the balance system. So those with Memoirs disease, tinnitus, etc. may find themselves a wee bit wobbly in the week ahead. If we look at relationships, well, if you're looking for a partner, this can actually bring a soul connection. This is the aspect of past life love, and also the karmic balancing of life card. So it could be a pretty big one for you all that are looking for partners. The time just might be right. You could have not met your soulmate for 40 years, but they suddenly come into your life in the week ahead, and that's wonderful. So this is a big karmic effect on not just this life for a lot of people, but past lives, and maybe balancing up past lives. So a really good one for relationships. For those of you in long-term relationships, it's time to bring back balance. If you've been working like mad, you've not been focused on one another, bring the balance back. If you have felt that there's maybe workloads out of balance, you know, if you feel you're doing all the work and your partner's not doing the rest, it's time to talk, communicate, and get the balance back. And indeed, in any relationships, if you've got any worries or anything that's putting you out of balance, that you feel is putting your partner out of balance, or that's putting the relationship out of balance, communicate, because you'll get good results this week. If we look at money, again, contracts being signed, agreements, watch out for fraud. Make sure that if you are signing contracts about money, if you're buying anything, whether it's a car or a sofa or whatever, that you look at the legal print, the small print, and financially, it's only by being very, very careful and looking at what you're signing this week that you will avoid losing money. If any of you are going to sue someone or have maybe something against someone, even, you know, like when you have to go to arbitration or whatever, this is a very good card for getting you a financial reward. If you're in the right, it won't do it if you're not in the right. But yes, it can be a good card, but watch out for imbalance and fraud. Spiritually, this can take you anywhere. It can be the week that you meet your spirit guide. It can be the day that you pick up a tarot deck and it speaks to you. It can be the day that you find your path, find soul connections. It's massive, massive card spiritually. And again, that's another reason why we all might feel a wee bit, so ground yourselves. As I say, I haven't done that video yet, but I'm hoping to get it up for Sunday, and hopefully it'll be there for you to use if you feel that way. So I hope you've enjoyed the weekly tarot card. It is a big one. I've enjoyed reading it for you. As I say, when I'm not well and I don't do the weekly tarot card, because I do them just before they go up, which means if I'm not well, it's the one thing that doesn't go up. But I miss it myself, so I've got a lot going on myself at the moment, to do with the book, to do with this channel. Indeed, it's an interesting one because I was offered sponsorship through a letter, not a letter, an email last week that was actually very good, but when I looked at the terms of it, it wasn't for me. I wasn't thrilled with a reasonably good product, but I need my freedom, and you know, the channel's getting bigger, so I'm going to be offered things from time to time, but with this card I realised that my gut's telling me just to say no to it, and that's what I'm going to do. So this card has been a good one, and it was needed for me because I've had this email sitting there for a week and thinking, should I, shouldn't I, you know, this might make the channel easier to run if I've got, you know, if my computer breaks or something, but no. And as I say, there's been people paying £3 or $3 for a wee coffee, which is linked below, and a wee coffee, and a few wee coffees add up, and I'm quite happy with that way. And it does, you know, if a mic breaks or something like that, there's enough normally to be able to replace things. So yeah, I'm gonna almost keep with my crowdfunding as such, my little community for the channel, and I'm not going to go for it, and that's what this card is telling me. And I wonder if you've got something the same that the card's telling you. So anyway, many blessings, and again, welcome. And I hope that you'll stay with the channel and subscribe and take part. I'm getting more and more comments. It's getting harder to answer everyone, but I do read everyone. And if your comment when you put it in doesn't come up right away, it's because it's waiting for me to go through them, so that I can not let trolls through the channel. And that's really important to me, because some of the stuff that's said shouldn't be on a spiritual channel, and I work hard at keeping this a safe place. So if you're a new person and you've put up a comment and it doesn't appear to be there, don't repeat it, just give me a day or two, and you'll find it will pop up. So thank you very much for joining me, and have a very karmic and balanced week ahead. Bye now.